Hello JJ community, hello yoga community, and welcome back to the yoga mat with me. Last week I was missing from YouTube as we were journeying through the Body, Mind, Soul Reset Challenge together. However, now I am back bringing you a Body, Mind, Soul yoga class called Move, Breathe, and Be. As you can imagine, we will be moving our body, we will be breathing to relax our minds, and we will be being to connect with our soul. But before we begin the practice, I want to pause for a moment and share an important announcement with you. So inside the Journey Junkie community, I have created a 21-day yoga transformational program called the Body, Mind, Soul Detox. This program only opens once a year, and that time is now here. So if you are someone who enjoys practicing with me and you are wanting to deepen your experience with me as your teacher and inside our community, attuning to each layer of your being, body, mind, and soul, then this is a program that I highly encourage you look into. The link is in the description below. And let me just give you a little bit of what goes into it, okay? So the program is 21 days, like I mentioned, and each week of the program focuses on a different layer of your being. So we start with the body, strengthening the body. We then move into the mind, calming and inspiring the mind. And we end with the soul, awakening and aligning using the chakra system. And now each day of your body, mind, soul detox experience also includes a body, mind, soul practice, meaning you receive a full-length yoga class, a guided meditation, and a guided worksheet that all connect to one central theme. And there are 21 themes for you to experience, all directly related to helping you find equilibrium, connection within your body, mind, and soul. Yeah? The program also includes a 3-week feel-good eating guide. So if you wonder how I eat, that guide is purely based off of the recipes I create and enjoy in my own life. It also includes 4 Facebook Live ceremonies where we will be gathering together to discuss the week at hand and also connect as a community. If you're not on Facebook, those will also be available on Vimeo for you, so don't worry. You also receive a private detox community to connect and share the journey with your fellow detox members. And most importantly, you have lifetime membership once you join. So not only do you get to experience the lead Body, Mind, Soul Detox experience, which happens once a year with me as your guide, you also can revisit those materials over and over again. So many members are on their 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th detox round, and they've really capitalized on that material being available to them for a lifetime. And you can also download all the materials offline too, so you can save them and have a personal library of 21 new yoga classes that are all full length, 21 guided meditations, and 21 worksheets that are really journaling exercises to help you further connect your body, mind, and soul. And one more thing about this, every year when we start the detox, I always do it around an equinox. So the fall equinox is this Saturday, it's coming up, and we will be starting the Body, Mind, Soul Detox together as a community right after the fall equinox happens. And oh, how could I forget? Inside your detox program, you're receiving a fall equinox bonus bundle. So you get 108 sun salutation practice, a full-length restorative yoga practice, a guided meditation, and a journaling exercise to help celebrate the fall equinox that is upon us. So the program is jam-packed with material to help you live your journey and better understand yourself on a body, mind, and soul level. Again, if you want to learn more about the program, the doors are closing this Friday. They won't open for a whole year. You can find that link in the description below. Yeah, I think that's all I have for you right now. Let's talk about today's yoga class. Today's class is Move, Breathe, Be. We'll start with strengthening and awakening the body through some physical movement, yeah? We'll then simmer down to the floor and hold a few poses for an extended period of time, helping to calm your mind and relax into expansion. And then we'll end with some pranayama and a moment in nothingness, stillness, meditation, so you can seal that practice and feel like you've brought equilibrium into all 3 layers of your being. A note on props, I'm using 2 blocks. You could also use a bolster in lieu of the blocks. And if you don't have either, I will give you modifications along the way. And lastly, we will be doing frog pose, so I have a blanket back there to protect my knees. You can just as easily fold up the ends of your mat to give you some extra cushioning. Okay, with that said, remember, the Body, Mind, Soul Detox closes in less than a week, and that link is in the description below if you're curious about what the detox includes and maybe creating a massive shift in your world. All right, we're gonna start on our bellies, so unroll your mat and I'll meet you there. All right, if you have blocks, you can place them on the lowest height right next to one another. We're basically creating what a bolster would create. If you have a bolster, you can also place it here. If you have neither, you could roll up a thick towel and make a nice round cylinder-like shape, okay? All I ask you to do is hinge forward and rest your womb space or the front of your pelvis onto the blocks. Once you get there, extend your legs back behind you, plant one hand on the earth, plant your second hand on top, and allow your forehead to rest down onto your hands. Make any small adjustments you need. You want to feel like all pressure is off your low back, your sacrum, your sciatic nerves. You might want to use this moment to center on an intention that can guide you and anchor your experience here today. One that I have recently been very connected to is, I am listening to you. So I offer that to you as an intention for your practice to remain rooted in becoming and being your teacher. I'm here to guide you, but you're the teacher of your practice, and so repeating I am listening to you will help guide your movements and your experience. And now settle in for 5 nice diaphragmatic breaths, expanding the belly on the inhale and relaxing on the exhale. Last diaphragmatic breath, big inhale. Exhale. And now lift your gaze only to remove the props out from underneath you if you had them here, placing them off to the side, relaxing back down onto your belly, forehead comes to the earth, and bring your hands to your low ribs. So thumbs in line with your nipples. Ladies and gentlemen, extend the legs back in space, nice and long. Turn them on, so feel the energy rise up from your toes, into your calves, into your hamstrings, into your glutes, into the entire circumference of your core. All right? And then hug the elbows towards one another. Bring the shoulders down and onto the back. And on an inhale breath, push into the heels of your hands. Rise up, cobra pose. Use your fingertips to hug the heart towards the top of the mat and lower back down. We've got 5 of those, so bring everything back together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift up. Legs are active, core is active, elbows are hugging in, shoulders are hugging down, heart is pulling through, lower back down. 2 more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Inhale, rise up. This time, hold at the top, 3 breaths. And lower back down. As you lower down, slide the forearms out in front of you, coming into Sphinx pose. So bring that elbow in line with your shoulder, maybe a little bit more forward. Elbows are shoulder width distance, wrists are in line with the elbows. Spread the fingers wide. Push into your forearms to lift your chest away. Spread the collarbone, and then use the traction of your hands and arms to hug your heart through. Breathe for 3. On your next inhale, curl the toes under, lift up into forearm plank. Make it strong, make it nice and long with energy. Again, from the heels up through the legs, the sacrum is pointing towards the heels. As you push the earth away, gaze is forward. Now you can stay here or come with me for commandos. So bringing your left hand into the earth, right hand into the earth, coming up into plank pose, lower back down, left forearm, right forearm. Now right hand, left hand into plank. Your core is super active through this whole transition. Lower down, right forearm, left forearm. And now left hand, right hand plank. Left forearm down, right forearm down. And right hand, left hand, come into plank. Lower down, right forearm, left forearm. 2 more. Left hand, right hand, whew. Left forearm, right forearm. And then right hand, left hand. And then lower back down, right forearm, left. Soften the knees down. Take the hips back towards the heels. Child's pose, balasana. Oh yeah. Extend the fingers out in front of you. Feel the side body lengthening as you lower the forehead down to the earth. Take 5 nice calming breaths here. And on your next inhale, lift your gaze and start to walk your hands back towards your body. Coming into a nice gentle stretch, sit your hips back over your heels. Bring the left fingertips out to the side of your mat and extend the right arm overhead. It's nice to take a bend in the left elbow. Yeah. And anchor that right hip towards the earth. Reach through your right fingertips. Breathe all along your right side body. Another breath. Push into your left hand, windmill around, right hand comes to the earth. And then extend the left arm overhead. That right elbow takes a nice bend towards the body. And now breathe from left fingertips all the way down to left hip. And push into the right hand, windmill all the way back up through center. Bring the hands in front of you, curl the toes under for toe crunch. Sit those heels back, hips back on the heels again, and check in with your pinky toes. Make sure they too are getting a nice stretch. I have chubby little pinky toes, so they get stuck. And now here in toe crunch, allow your chin to drop towards your chest, stretching the back of the neck. And rotate your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Maybe bring the left fingertips towards the earth to increase the stretch. Breathing into the left side of the neck here, one more. And bring the head back through to center, left ear over towards the left shoulder. Maybe you drop the right fingertips and breathe. Really, I'm just trying to distract you from the discomfort in your toes here. One more breath into your neck. And bring it all back through to center. Lift the chin up. Place the hands out in front of you and meet me in downward facing dog. Hello toes. Take a few moments here, pedal out the feet. Do what you need to do in your downward facing dog. We all have our own isms here. No matter what you do though, please spread the fingers really wide, push the earth away. Allow your head and neck to relax. The goal in downward facing dog is not to get your heels to the earth, but instead to find this beautiful unification that meets at the top at your sitting bones, so your tailbone, and sending your sitting bones high to the sky as you feel an opening in the chest as well as in the backs of the legs. On an inhale breath, gaze forward. Make your way to the top of the mat, however that works best for you. You can walk, step, or hop. Once you get there, inhale, halfway lift, hands come to the shins. Pull that heart through, hug the core in. Exhale, fold down, relax. Inhale, root down, rise up, push into the heels as you sweep the arms out to the side, reach them up overhead. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We are going to move through 3 sun salutation A's and then 2 sun sal B's together, okay? It's going to be a continuous movement. You don't need to breathe on my cue. Breathe on your own cue and where your body is in that moment. So inhale the arms high, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale your way to chaturanga, or maybe all the way to the belly for cobra pose. If you're coming to chaturanga, you're going to transition into upward facing dog. We'll all meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Remember that whole transition, your core should be supporting you. So don't let the belly stop working as you move from one posture to the next here. All right, inhale to gaze forward, make your way to the top of the mat. However suits you. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, right back down through the midline. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale your way to chaturanga, or maybe the belly, upward facing dog, or cobra pose. We all meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana. A few moments here. And inhale to gaze forward, make your way to the top of the mat. Once you get there, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, right back down through the midline. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, take it back to chaturanga or plank pose. You guys know all of the different variations. Do what feels right in your body. We meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Check back in with your breath. Check back in with your body. Where's your mind? And how's your soul feeling? Inhale to gaze forward, bring it to the top of the mat. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Gaze at those fingertips and bring it back down through heart center. So before we move into Surya Namaskar B, take a moment to pause, come back to your intention. Maybe you liked mine. I am listening to you. And as you align your brain over your heart, over your cervix, over your perineum, all the way down to your feet, so feeling that internal alignment, repeat that intention to yourself silently. Alrighty, if your eyes are closed, open them. On an inhale, drop your hips to the earth. Rise up, Utkatasana for a breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale your way to Chaturanga or the belly. Upward facing dog. Take it back, downward facing dog. We move with one breath. Hug the right foot forward, plant it. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Push down through the core of the feet to lift up through the fingertips. Plant the hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Lower down. Upward facing dog, maybe cobra pose. Take it back, downward facing dog. This is a quick transition. Left foot hugs forward and plants. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Plant those hands back down. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. I'll meet you there. All right, once you get to this down dog, a few breaths. Reconnect. How's your body feeling? Where's your mind? How's your soul, babe? Alrighty, inhale to gaze forward, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. This time, inhale up, Utkatasana. Drop the hips, lift the chest. And release Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, one more time through that sequence. Big inhale, drop the hips. Lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, your way to Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog, just for a transition. Hug the right foot forward, step it through. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Lower it down, plant the hands. Low, step back, Chaturanga. Meet me in upward facing dog or cobra. Take it back, down dog, just for a transition. Hug the left foot forward. Plant it, rise up. Bring the hands back down. Chaturanga. Last one, lower down. Upward facing dog or cobra. Take it back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're here for 5 breaths. Maybe you take child's pose, balasana here. So that's a really fast moving transition, Surya Namaskar B. It's okay if you felt like your breath got a little ragged. It's just something to tune into. I know mine did. And slow down a little bit. Yeah. I think I'm talking to myself here in this moment. All right, a little bit more movement. Inhale that right leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Hug it through, step up, rise up, crescent pose. Take your time as you push into the ground and lift your fingertips high to the sky. From here, we're coming into dancing Shiva. So find a focal point. I like to bring my hands to goalposts, bend the back leg, step the left knee up, hug it in. You can flex or point the left foot. Stay here or begin to twist to the left, bringing your right hand to the outside of the left knee and extend that left hand behind you. Maybe you gaze at that left thumb. And now bring the gaze back around. We're coming into sciatic stretch. So cross this left foot over the right and align the two pinky toes if you can. And then slowly begin to fold forward. It's also nice to have a micro bend in the knees, maybe way more than that. Or place your hands on blocks as well. But you should feel that stretch in the outer right leg right now. If you're having a sciatic flare-up, this might be too intense, so back out of it. But this is a great stretch to do, for me, pretty regularly, as long as there's no flaring up. One more breath. Inhale to lift the gaze. Listen carefully. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Left hand comes down. Right arm reaches high for an open arm twist. Send that left hamstring towards the sky. Push the earth away as you simultaneously find this nice bend in the front knee. So it's this counteracting sensation happening. We're lifting and we're also finding a really nice stretch in the front leg. Reach those fingertips high to the sky. And now plant this left hand down onto the ground. Pivot to the knife edge of your left foot. Step the right foot back. Meet me in Vashisthasana, side plank pose. 3 breaths here. Something I've been doing lately is extending the top arm towards the front of the mat. You can try that or take any advanced variation or drop the knee to modify. 1 more breath. And bring that right hand down to the ground. Option 2, vinyasa, or take it back, downward facing dog. Okay, here we go. Extend that left leg high to the sky. Hug it through. Plant the foot. Push through the core of the front foot and rise up, crescent pose. All right, once you feel stable, hug the arms down into goalposts. Step that back foot up, dancing Shiva. Remember, you can flex or point the right foot. Take a breath here and twist towards the right. The left hand comes to the outside of the right foot. Extend that right arm behind you. Maybe you gaze towards the thumb. And now bring the gaze towards the top of the mat, and you are lowering the right foot, crossing it over the left this time, and slowly hinging from the hips, coming into a sciatic stretch. Whew, it's windy here. Okay, so we want to align the 2 pinky toes and then slowly lower the head. So this is my side that's really intense. You can bend the knees a lot more or bring a block to help support the posture. A couple more breaths. Now inhale to lift up. Step that right foot to the back of the mat. Bring that right hand to the earth as you lift the left arm high to the sky. Open arm twist. Remember, lift the right hamstring as you bend into the front leg. One more breath. Plant that right hand down, pivot to the knife edge of the right foot, take it back, Vashisthasana. Remember, you can modify and bring the bottom knee down. You can come into an advanced variation. Lift the arm high like me, or maybe overhead. 2 more breaths. And now bring the left hand down. You choose vinyasa or step back, downward facing dog. Once you get to down dog, take one final breath with me. Big inhale through the nose. Out the mouth. And then soften the knees down. So we're coming into frog pose. If you've got that blanket, I highly recommend using it. Otherwise, you can fold the ends of your mat to create more protection. Okay. If you're new to frog pose, I'll walk you through it. If you're not new to it, make your way into the posture. Nice and slow. So bring the legs out to your desired width, or really to your body's desired width. And once you get here, bring the ankles in line with the knees, flex the toes, and lower down to your forearms. If you've got a bolster, it's really nice to lay on top of a bolster. You can also bring a block underneath your chest like I do, like I have, and hang out here. Right, we're here for quite some time. So if at any time you want to come out, feel free. The biggest thing is, as you sit in a static posture like this, don't overdo it, number 1. Number 2, continue to breathe. Number 3, watch your thoughts. This is an invitation to become the witness and see if your thoughts are leaning towards contraction or expansion. And if they are contracting, can you shift them towards expansion, okay? So relax here. You do have a mild back bend happening in the heart. That's why it's really nice to bring a block underneath the chest if you've got one. And I will begin to silence so we can all go inward and attune to our minds. We're still here. Stay with your breath. Become the witness to your thoughts. Notice what quality they're taking on. Know that you have the power to shift them. You can move that energy from contraction to expansion at any point in time. All right, 10 more breaths. Hang with me. Last big inhale together. Exhale. All right, if you have a bolster or a block, hug your core up so you can remove it. Everyone slide way forward onto your belly and then extend the legs long behind you. Bring your forehead down to rest on top of your hands. Bend your legs and windshield wipe them from back to forth. And just feel that tension you just built up melting out of your body. Hopefully taking some inner tension, mental debris, mental clutter, emotional debris or clutter. Hopefully taking that away with you too. Side to side, side to side, side to side. And begin to slow that movement down, release. Coming onto our backs for a restorative bridge pose, you can remove the blanket off the mat. And after this posture, we'll be settling into the final portion of our sequence, connecting with our soul. So if you don't have a block, no worries. Take your feet as wide as your mat and let the knees spill in towards one another. You'll get that same effect. Otherwise, bring the block underneath your sacrum. I like it on the second height. You can choose what works for you. And if you have a bolster, you can also use a bolster here in lieu of a block. As you settle in and find that sweet spot on your sacrum, not in your back, so the block is not in your back at all. You're feeling your low back tractioning through the block. Relax your hands down by your sides. Close your eyes. And it started to rain here in Grenada, so settle into that sensation and sound you're hearing. We're here for another minute or so. So again, connect back to your breath. Become the witness to your thoughts. Notice the quality they take on. And exercise your power to shift anything that's in contraction over to expansion. Alrighty, if you have a prop underneath you, push into your heels to lift your pelvis up and remove that prop. Roll on over to your side and come up to a seated position. So we're coming into pranayama and then meditation. I definitely recommend a block or a bolster or a blanket underneath your pelvis to help prop you up. So choose one that you have and that you enjoy. If you're new to sitting on a prop, essentially you just bring yourself to the very edge so you can feel that tipping of the pelvis, which allows the spine to elongate and not be so taxing as you sit here, yeah? Okay, so coming into pranayama first, I am leading you through 𝗙𝗏𝗯𝗶, which is skull shining breath. It is a big inhale and an active exhale with a passive inhale. We've done it a few times here. There are some contraindications. If you have high blood pressure, anything heart related, please stay away from it. It will be very difficult to do if you are currently dealing with any upper respiratory stuff, so a cold of any kind. Also, if you're doing this practice in the evening, I would do 𝗪𝗔𝗀𝗃, alternate nostril breath instead. Lastly, if you are pregnant, I'm pretty sure this is contraindicated. I would not do it. Just focus on your inhale and your exhale breath, okay? So this is what it looks like if you're new to it. You take a big inhale and you're pumping the diaphragm using your core muscles to create this sound and this action. Big inhale breath. Okay, so we'll go for 2 rounds and you go for as long as you can. I like to do 20 to 30 pumps at a time. The longer you do it, the harder it gets. So just do your best. At the very end, we'll take a big inhale. We'll lock our chin to our chest. And then when you can't hold that breath any longer, you lift up, big exhale out. We want to go to 2/3 capacity, right? We are not trying to pass out on our yoga mats. All right, so sit up nice and tall. Feel those sitting bones rooting down into the earth. Take a big inhale breath through the nose, and then you will exhale actively, okay? Big inhale. Big inhale, chin to chest hold. Inhale, lift up, release. Before you open your eyes, take a moment to notice. 𝗙𝗏𝗯𝗶 is called breath of fire, skull shining breath. It's a breath practice related to your solar plexus, your Manipura chakra. Anytime you're feeling stagnant in your willpower or self-esteem, this is a great breath to turn to. So here we go again, another round. Big inhale through your nose. And begin. Big inhale, bring chin to chest, hold. Lift the chin, release. Okay, so keep your eyes closed. You are in a really great state to sink into stillness and nothingness. Allow that movement of prana, using your breath and directing it in and out of your solar plexus, to settle you now. You can come back to your intention and continue to repeat that to help you focus, to drop into dharana, concentration. And again, if you notice your thoughts beginning to swirl about, first become the witness to the quality it takes on. Exercise your power to shift it from contraction to expansion. And as you notice your thoughts, notice the tone of voice in which you recognize them. There's no need to exercise judgment or guilt. Only become the witness and then drop back in. And continue that cycle as we sit here and empty into nothingness meditation. Begin to deepen your breath here. Feel your inhalation rise up from the core into your heart space, and then back down and out again. And notice that channel of breath for a few rounds. Inhaling from your pelvis up into your core, into your heart, maybe up into your crown, and back down again. And before you open your eyes, take this one last opportunity to recite your intention that you set for yourself at the beginning of your practice. Keeping that belief right at the surface, right in your awareness. at your consciousness so that it stays present as you step off your mat and move throughout your day. And when you're ready, open your eyes. All right, welcome back onto your physical mat. Thank you so much for joining me for this body, mind, and soul practice. I hope you feel strength. I hope you feel calmness. I hope you feel inspired to be your best self. I hope you feel awakened. And I hope you feel a sense of alignment, of equilibrium, of balance and harmony. Remember, what you experience on the mat with me can be brought to such a greater level within your life. If you were interested in joining the Body, Mind, Soul Detox, I gave a lengthy description of what it is in the opening of today's yoga practice. That link is in the description below for you to learn more. It is starting next Monday. However, you have a lifetime membership, so you can start or stop whenever. I truly hope that if you do feel called to create a shift in your life, whether it be on a body, on a physical, mental, or emotional, or spiritual level, that you take the time to read through the program's contents and decide if this is a good fit for you. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below. You can reach out to me on any social media platform or through email, hello@thejourneyyunkie.com. And myself and your community manager are here to answer those questions and support you in deciding whether or not the Body, Mind, Soul Detox is for you. Okay. With that said, I will be back here next week on YouTube, and we will be doing another meditation, a really exciting one, teaching you mantra meditation with mala beads. Thank you so much for joining me, and yeah, I hope your body, mind, and soul feel incredible as you step off the mat and enjoy your day, and of course, live your journey.